Hello again. For those of you on YouTube, you don't know that I just spent 45 minutes on Twitch without any audio. But now you know. All right, so we're in a new game called New Cycle. So New Cycle is a post-apocalyptic city builder that just came out yesterday. One of the day of patches that they made yesterday, which was hysterical, is that they were if you had children in your camp or in your city and you saved the game and then came back, the children disappeared. So it was like Children of the Corn. Very much one of those things that made me go, haha. Excuse me for 1 second. But I thought we'd start a new game. We'll work our way through the tutorial and try to get acclimated to the game. It's really loud. Okay. So when you hit new game, you're presented with two options. One is called sandbox mode, where you can essentially build without any outside threats, or campaign. We are going to do campaign. There are unreleased game modes that are coming, a scenario of some sort, and it looks like 2 different scenarios that might be coming in a future update. So we're going to pick campaign. We have 4 different map types. Meadow, which is lots of sand or open stretches of land with fertile soil. This land has pretty smooth transitions between seasons. Not overly challenging in terms of food or water. Underground resources are somewhat scarce. We have tundra, a few wooded areas, but fertile soil. This biome is rich underground, has a rich underground, and surface water sources, and mostly arid climate where winters can often run long. Beneath the surface, mineral-rich formations can also be observed. There's only a little space for agriculture, scarce forests, and harsh weather. This one's got less land, rich agriculture, and lots of forest. And then steep, environment that lacks trees, but whose fertile soil and vitality can provide an adequate food supply. Limited water supply in winters without snow can pose occasional challenges. So scarce water, mild to moderate, mild with moderate precipitation, and rich mineral deposits. So we're going to go with meadow. You can change your difficulty. There are 4 built-in difficulties, from easy to expert, and then a custom option. We're just going to stick with normal. This is our first playthrough. And let's get started. Again. Oh, ay. Okay. We're going to put it on super slow mode while we take a quick look. So this is our map. Day 1 at 2300. So what we have here is some land over here, some roads, essentially a mountain or mountainous terrain. We have some similar story over here. Like there's some sort of path into the mountain. Same story there. We're hitting the invisible wall. So the game wants us to click over here. So it says the first step, choose a location. So we've reached the unknown land after a long journey. It seems isolated and safe. We hope that it will offer enough resources for a new start. Choose the most suitable spot to settle in the area and guide us to set up our base camp. So let's begin. So the first thing it wants us to do is create a main hall, the administrative center for our small community. While we're in the build menu, we have some different options here as far as layering. So you can, for instance, say the water layer, where you can see where there's water. Darker blues indicate more water, and then no bloom indicates, of course, arid areas. That will come into play in the not too distant future when we build a well. Wind layer lets us know kind of where it's windy. We will have the ability to generate power. This is post-apocalyptic living. So we know how to do certain things, but we have to remind ourselves through research. We have a mining layer, so there is something under the ground over here. And similar story back here, where you can see the orangish colors. And then fertility layer. So this is where our fertile soil is going to be. So over time, potentially when we get back to planting things, we'll want to uh, grow things. And then a drilling layer, which I have absolutely no idea. Although apparently it's the color for that is purple, so there's something over here. But I haven't gotten further enough in the game for that. But my thought is, when looking at the fertility layer, is we don't want to build our camp on the fertile soil. Quite frankly, that's probably where we're going to want to... look at that. What's that? That is a ruin. A vanishing remnant of the old world may hold gifts for us with skilled hands and the right resources. It may even be brought back to life. There is no options at this point. Not a huge surprise. There's birds. So, let us put down our main hall. I see trees over here. There are some rock formations here. Maybe over here. Why don't we go... Every time I've tried this, including the thing we just did, we built back there. Let's do something a little closer to the ocean. Why don't we say... why don't we just go there? So this is our main hall. We'll have we'll do a camp name and everything in a little bit. We currently have 35 population. So while this is slowly building, let's talk a little bit about the UI. Turn my camera off for a second. On the left-hand side, you have overview and reports. You have development tree. This is where all the research gets taken place. We have a statistics, so you can get your graphs. And then there's a world map option for when you unlock that. That is not something we have. We currently have refreshment boost, which is plus 40 morale to all of our classes. That's because this year's rains were enough to renew the existing resources. So mushroom, meat, and water resources were renewed at 100%. All right, we built our camp. Pause for a second. So as far as the rest of the UI, the top bar is going to be a resource tracker. So you think things like logs and stone and ores, and then products that we can make, including power. Our little settlement here has a wind turbine. You can see it right there. And that is generating 200 electricity. So that will come in handy in the future. The next section here will tell us how many workers we have. There's 3 classes of workers. You have just plain workers, you have specialists, and I believe these are artisans or masters. This will tell us that it is spring, in case you forget what season you are, although it tells you down here in the lower right-hand corner as well. This is our collected knowledge. So knowledge is what we use for researching. This currently tells us that it is a 1 hour into day 1, and then we have our speed options here. We have a message from the community. You are now the governor of this little community. It's been nearly half a century since the first solar flare, and in the initial moments of the catastrophe, we lost our entire technological infrastructure, our means of global sourcing, and almost everything that we can share as a civilization. The following years were the humanity's darkness, having to wrestle with constant impossibility and despair. From battles fought with sticks and stones to nuclear wars, we ended up destroying ourselves and what little the sun had left for us, and then civilization fell. Welcome to a new cycle. Everyone here has born into this new world, and once you you have to be their leader. Our current flimsy shelter can't carry us far. We must rebuild everything from scratch with the efforts of those who remain, so we can establish a sustainable way of life. We need to rediscover our knowledge and explore our surroundings to create new possibilities. Most importantly, beyond merely survival, we have to find a way of securing our next generation by whose time the world may not be habitable anymore. We don't know how we can preserve life as we know it, but at least we can help build something together that we may call home. Do we want the tutorial or do we not? I'm going to say yes, we would like the tutorial. So transition to settled life. this is step 1 of 9 in the tutorial. One you'll see here in a minute, it'll pop up over on the right, and it'll say 1 of 9. Chief, living so long as nomads, we feel ready now to build a simple shack at the least. If we want to settle down here, we need more durable shelters, workplaces, and storage depots, and for that, we need to get our hands on a bunch of local resources. We can get started by collecting what's around. Primitive structures made out of logs and stone will do for a start. We can gather those by building a field camp close to the forest and rock formations. So our task is to build a field camp and then gather the associated resources. So field camp is located under resources. And if we click on that, we can then see, okay, what do we want? Well, we want stone. So there's stone, and we want logs. So as we mouse over the area, you'll see like there's lots of logs and not a whole lot of stone. If we go a little bit in here, there's going to be iron, although we won't be able to collect it, and then still lots of logs. You hit tab, you can freely rotate. Otherwise, you can. It's stuck to being on a grid. I'm thinking ahead here, so I think we'll just place this field camp right there. And so our folks will start coming over to build that. So we'll go ahead and resume normal time. We did happen to take out a tree with that placement, but that's okay. So they will start building this. And we should eventually see some of our colonist people head over here, I think. The graphics in this game are absolutely amazing. If you can see here, I'm playing on ultra level settings because my graphics card supports it, but it's just absolutely gorgeous. This icon here you see indicates that this building is not connected to a road network, so that will be something we will deal with in time. And this is the current shack. So if we click on that, campfire is more than just a simple source of heat and light. It is a symbol of hope and community. So this is what they're currently living in. The only weirdness that I've seen so far is that... oh, hang on. We have finished building the camp. But we're not actually collecting anything yet because we don't have any workers. So this little icon without the hard hat means, hey, we've got nobody assigned. So we're going to go ahead and assign the maximum number of workers to gather wood and to gather stone. So in this case, it's 3 of each. So they will start. To collect those items, and you can see here we have people that are off to start working.
Man, you're good after all.
Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Worker.
In the end, we'll see another day. Ha!
Anyways. So we... if I remember correctly, this is morale. Yeah, we have subpar morale. Only thing that's really carrying us right now is this refreshment morale, which is from this buff here, because all of the food and stuff as we started the new world had refreshed from the previous year. This icon down here by the tracker tells us the projected renewal rate for resources based on precipitation. So the more rain that we get, the better the resources will refresh. What that means is like meat and mushrooms and other forageable items will come back. And so we want rain. So as the year progresses, we'll start to see that. So we're collecting our resources here. So we're about halfway done with the logs and pretty much done with the stone. We have 29 unemployed of our 35 workers. In fact, I need to, while I'm thinking about it, we need to put down another field camp. This one is going to be for collecting additional logs. Where did we put that one? That one was there. What's on this side? We have future iron and logs. We'll eventually need the iron, so we'll set up a second field camp. We'll go right there. They can work on that. All right. The game does not like it when you minimize it. Oof. Not at all. Okay. So this will get us additional logs. We may need to set up a second camp for stone. That's iron. This is stone. Okay, so we have finished that tutorial step. So off to a promising start, Chief. We may go on to gathering nearby resources for a while. We should focus on producing more complex materials by processing the raw ones. Our settlement can develop as far as the limits of our knowledge and production. We can create flexible and processable constructions or objects through woodworking. The way they wanted this game's like build a lumber mill. When we come over here to production, we have a lumber mill option. And we will just simply put the lumber mill right next to the town hall. We'll go ahead and move up to speed 2. All right, and then let's assign some folks to chopping trees over here. So let's get some additional logs coming in. Meanwhile, we are just flying through the lumber mill. As soon as this is done, we're going to get a whole bunch of pop-ups. So this is a production building. Production buildings are the most important structures in the city. You can choose the products you are currently building to create, or excuse me, you can choose the product you want to the current building to create. Here, a building can only produce one type of product at a time. So this is the target product. You can activate the building by selecting the product you want to produce. You can also access the production and rates by hovering the mouse over the product icon. This is our production calculation. The amount of resources and time required for production are calculated dynamically. The general efficiency value of a building's operating class affects those variables positively or negatively. In addition, the workforce value determines the speed of production according to the required amount of working people. In addition, these two variables are affected by technological development, societal events, and environmental factors. This is how many people. Certain classes of society become the operating labor force in certain production buildings according to their abilities. Some buildings require cooperation from other classes besides the operating class. And these are our status notifications. These are instant notifications about the status of the selected structure. So, for instance, they have no workforce and it's not connected to a road. So we need to assign people. So we'll go ahead and assign 5 workers here. And then we need to tell it that we want to make logs. So our input is 1 log. And for each log, we'll get 6 lumbers. If we had 100% efficiency and 100% on workforce, we don't. We have 50% efficiency and 70% on workforce. And that is not a huge surprise because we're just starting out. All right, we'll go back up to speed 2 while we generate the lumber that we need. So we've got both of our field camps generating logs. This field camp is generating logs and stone. Actually modeled the stairs inside this old lighthouse. That's all right. We're at 20 lumber. We're working on objective 2 of 9. By the way, that's when I told you we had 9 steps. Out here it tells you how many steps are in the tutorial. All right. And in just a second, we will complete that tutorial step. Our next tutorial. Every operation is harder to perform in a settlement without roads. Connecting all the buildings in our settlement with a road network will convenience the workforce and the calculation of raw materials greatly. While not mandatory for other operations, road construction is a prerequisite for building infrastructure such as bridges and tunnels. So our task is to build a road between the lumber mill and the main hall. Let's do that. The roads here in the game come with power poles, which is kind of cool. Source of life. People are the most significant resource in our settlement. We must respond to a wide range of demands from basic to costly. We have to set up a self-sufficient system to meet our basic requirements. We can start by constructing a well to meet our need for clean water. Our task is to build a well and produce 60 waters. Hint. Primitive wells will help to meet our clean water need. However, they can be affected by the seasonal changes, and some might even run completely dry or freeze over. You can view the water layer while placing a well from the construction menu to determine water-rich areas. So if we come over here and we say, hey, show me a well. We do have a well, which is close. We come over here, we can tap into 2 water sources, 3 water sources. This actually looks like a good spot for a well. So we'll put our first well right next to our camp. Yes, we're building a well. Okay. And then we can also put a well right here next to camp. It'll tap into the one source. But I am a big fan of lots and lots and lots of water is a good thing. So you can see here we have 9,000 available water resources here in this well, and then this well is going to have 3,000 available water resources, but this one's generating 67 a day with ideal efficiency and workforce. And we are losing 30 points because we don't have a road connected, so that is something that we will work on. Now that we have access to water, we are the only one step short of calling this place home. A life without the worry of hunger will turn us into a real society. Although we don't have enough resources for hunting, farming, or animal husbandry, our experience in staying alive living off the land may come in handy. Lots of easily found edible mushrooms are scattered all around. We should build a gathering camp and start stockpiling the raw food. So here's our gathering camp. As luck would have it, there's 2 mushrooms over here. There's also meat and fish. So if we go, say, here. Nope, doesn't give us the fish. Okay, so this is a good place where we'll have access to everything. We will not have access to the meat or the fish right away until we learn how to do that, but we can definitely get start cracking on the mushrooms. And in fact, we are going to want to have more than one gathering camp for mushrooms. So over here next to this camp, there's mushrooms. There's also mushrooms back over here. But there's mushrooms and meat here. So we're going to go ahead and build a second one. We have the workforce because 21 of our 35 people are unemployed. All right. So that we can go ahead and set up gatherers to start collecting mushrooms. So we'll assign 3 people to that. As I was saying before we started here, we're getting a penalty on our workforce because we're not connected to a road here at the well. So we have the ability to improve that by simply getting the well connected. And we do have enough. So you can see here that this road's going to cost us 27 lumber and 54 stone. So we're going to go ahead and not do that because apparently this pop-up is going to come up here. The time is cook proper meals. People eating whatever they have on their plates doesn't mean it have to be happy with it. When there's nothing to eat, they will get demoralized, sick, and maybe even fall into the jaws of death. From now on, food needs to be kept fresh and distributed while it's hot. For a start, a bowl of soup will do as long as everybody has their share, and they don't have to worry about hunger anymore. So we need to research basic construction, build a soup kitchen, and then produce 30 simple meals. So let's finish our road construction here real quick. Boom. I was like, all right. So over here is in the development tree. Let me turn my camera off just so everybody can see it. So you have our items that we can research. Like for instance, we have establishment, which has already been developed. Our next is basic construction, and then we have living structures, or living standards. But living standards requires basic construction, so we need to learn basically how to do things again. This requires 50 knowledge. We currently have 525. It takes 24 hours, and it costs 24 lumber. We have 119 in stock, so we can go ahead and hit start research. So that will start that process. And then as we do the research, the circle over here under development tree is going to fill up, and then when that fills up, we'll have completed the research for that. I need to assign some people to collect mushrooms. Okay. Curious about apparently the gathering camps don't require roads, which is good to know. Also up here, if you have more than one of the same type of building, you can actually cycle through by using the arrow keys. So if you needed to check all of your gathering camps all at once, you can do that. Similarly to that, like our wells. So if we wanted to look at this well, which this well right now is generating 96 a day because it's connected to a road. And the same story with this well. This building has been operational for 8 days. Up, a group of strangers have arrived. An immigrant group. The more of our settlement grows, the more attention we'll get from passersby, and the more people will be willing to join us both more frequently and in larger groups. This group of wanderers, each less fortunate than us, awaits permission to join our ranks. So we can accept them and we'll gain 2 workers, or we can reject them. 2 workers will take us to 37. I think we're good with that. So we're going to go ahead and accept them and say, welcome to the party. And you are now part of our settlement. Glad to have you. All right, so we have completed our research. You can manage the day-night cycle from the time indicator in the main UI panel. Can I? I don't know how to do that. That's menu. That's the encyclopedia. Photo mode. Manage the day-night cycle from the time indicator. Oh, time indicator. Oh, okay. Day-night. The day-night cycle is disabled. Oh. I did not know that was a thing. That changes the whole look of the... much brighter. Okay. So you can set the time to morning. Oh, so we've been playing on morning this whole time. Huh. Okay, I think we'll let day-night cycle run for a little bit. Okay. We need to build a soup kitchen. That is a production building. So here's the soup kitchen production building. We'll go ahead and I think we'll put it here. After we build the soup kitchen, we need to then create 30 simple meals. So we will be working on that here in the not too distant future. Where's everybody going?
Nothing beats drinking beer after a busy day.
You don't know how to make beer yet. We haven't researched it. Okay. Apparently the time of day doesn't matter to the workers because they're over here cranking away at like 11 p.m. Wells, field camp. Oh, we have wagon? Is that even a thing? I can't even click on that. Okay, that's just like somebody passing through. So what I was saying earlier, when you build roads, you actually build power poles along with them, which is why they require stone and logs to build. So you can see here, there's stone holding the base of the power pole up, and then of course the power pole, and then presumably some sort of electrical connection. Building, 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 building. Okay. So the first thing we need to do is decide what to make in the soup kitchen. Well, obviously we're going to make soup. We don't know what that is yet. You are presented with 4 different options, and it gives you a summary of your stock. The only thing we can make right now, we don't have fish, we don't have meat, we don't have vegetables, so we're going to be making mushroom soup. Go figure. Now we need to assign some people to work this building. And to complete this objective for the tutorial, we need to create 30 soups. So if you click on an item, it will let you bring up the graph of that item. So you'll see here that we weren't generating any for a while, and now we're generating, well, it says 210. Not sure where we got that from, but that's fine. It might be part of the tutorial. You see here we are bringing in 144 mushrooms a day. We're not currently consuming them, but we will. It will be happening, and then it'll. I should say it'll update soon. I think the stats update at the beginning or the end of every day. But the inputs here for the soup kitchen is going to be 6 mushrooms and then 2 water in order to make a soup. We are coming to the end of summer, so we should start seeing the autumn, the trees change. We have 553 logs. We have 166 stone. So we're doing pretty good there. 1,500 water. This will go up and down, obviously, as the camp consumes our resources, and then we refresh them. Same goes with the meals. So right now we can store 5,000 water and we can store 2,600. In fact, one of the things we should probably build is a stockpile. Go ahead and do that, and then we're going to want that connected. Let's go ahead and do that preemptively. So stockpile is basically a warehouse. In fact, we need it now because it's telling us we are on full on storage. And then here we're currently in a storm, so stormy winds bring heavy rainfall to replenish groundwater resources, but they also make life difficult. So windmills are more efficient. Muddy terrain presents challenges for hunters and gatherers, and so we lose 20 workforce. And sailing is impossible. We don't have any offshore fishermen, but if we did, that would be a problem. Where are you coming from?
Finally, began to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Not working. Okay, you're hauling something. Probably from over here. Oop, thunder. Wow. We have 105 lumber and 159 stone, so I'm going to go ahead and connect these camps here. To our main road now. It's not required, I don't think, but I think it'll just make pathing a little bit, and we're starting to build up our community. We're going to build another soup kitchen. We are in a severe drought. All right, we have completed the stockpile, so this is where, whoops. Population management. We must closely monitor the community situation, needs, morale levels, and all related factors. We must try to reach the best possible outcomes in our affairs and adapt according to uncertainties in order to maintain a healthy and content society with what we have. In a badly managed community, unrest, diseases, deaths, and disintegration will quickly take hold. Task: explore the population management. Which is by clicking on the workers here. Okay, so population management. Here you can view the overall status of the community in detail. The most important element of management of a settlement is its people. To try to meet their needs and keep variables such as morale and efficiency as high as possible, meet the daily supply distribution needs according to your settlement's production and capabilities in a sustainable manner. A society whose needs are met breeds high motivation, good health, and uninterrupted work. Classes. So we have workers, craftsmen, and specialists. Those are the three classes. Our society consists of three basic classes. Members of each class must work as a pioneer in their respective fields, but production buildings may need multiple classes to work simultaneously according to the building's level of development. Population. So our current population is 37 adults, 4 children, and 13 unoccupied. 13 of which are unoccupied. You can follow the population numbers and distribution of each class here. Only adults can be recruited as workforce. Children, sick, and retirees cannot work, but they will still need certain resources, like food. Supply. You can manage the basic needs of societal classes from here. Supplies for each for needs such as food, water, clothing, and tools are determined from the daily average consumption per person. Here you can manage the rate at which supplies to be distributed to each class and view the successful distribution rate and other factors. You can view the access rate for housing and other services here. You will get a satisfaction result according to the rate in which you meet the society's needs, which will form the basis of morale for each social class. Workforce and efficiency. The workforce and efficiency for each social class are the two most important indicators of the shape of life in your settlement. Workforce indicates how much or how long your working classes will operate. It's very important to manage this variable according to the current conditions and needs while balancing the flow of production in life. Long working hours can cause low morale, and even if this is accounted for, remember that exhaustion can lead to sickness and increased in workplace accidents. Efficiency is calculated based on the morale of the community and is the basis of production rate calculations for the operating classes in production buildings. It is affected by many external factors alongside the rate which basic needs are met. So right now we have low distribution of food, we have low distribution of water. So you can see here, if I change that, if I switch to medium, we're going to use 15 a day. It will get 4 morale. If we go to regular, we'll get 30. It costs us 30 a day, and we'll get 10 morale. And you can go all the way up to double rations. As an option. And then the same story with water. You can see that as you move up and distribute more, they get more morale. We don't have any craftsmen, but you can set this up by each person. And then health-wise, our health is technically on decline. But right now, everybody, all 37 of our people are healthy. I am pretty certain that we were about to be told to increase our food. At last, our settlement resembles a home. Everyone has a job, something to offer to our society. We are producing food, water, and construction materials. Before ramping up, we need some basic rules and a sense of order. Proportions represent how much of a consumable is used per person in a day. We must respond to every need, but decisions about each proportion should be made according to our resources and the production capacity. The general level of morale will be generated by what gets distributed and at what rate and how successfully. Morale directly influences the production performance of our settlement. Also, it can affect our people's reaction to unexpected events positively or negatively. So it would like us to set ration distribution to regular and distribute rations successfully for 2 days. So if we come back over here, we can set this to regular. And then we'll do the same thing for water, because why not? And then notice here it says new rules will take effect and influences the morale for the next day. So we have to go through a day of whatever new distribution level that we've set. So we're going to start consuming more food because we've just done that, and we'll be consuming more water. Water's not really an issue. We're generating 19 a day. Okay.
Hooray, hooray! No one dies today!
Okay. Hooray, hooray. No one dies today. So what I was saying before, stockpile here, we can actually set our limits on what we want to store. So you'll see right now we're storing 2,000 logs, storing up to 2,000 lumber. So we can increase or decrease that depending on our need. You can also purge items if need be.
You did well, the innocent. You really did.
All right, so we're waiting for the second soup kitchen to be built. Part of why we're building this right now is because, of course, that we know we're increasing our rations. So we're going to start using more. All right, we've assigned 4 people to work that. We still have 9 unemployed persons. All right, so we need to distribute successfully for 2 days. We probably should start researching living standards. So let's do that. The living standards will unlock the shack. Now, Cam, it's a basic type of shelter that can house up to 10 people. So that will take 30 hours to research. thinking that we might want another. Yeah, okay, so we're producing 192 water per day. Step 8 is complete and the tutorial. Last step. A place to track everything about your settlement and your people. View the overview panel. Health is the subject that we should pay most attention to. It should be our priority to find a solution to our current conditions. Examine the factors affecting public health and take decisive action. Hint, there are many factors that affect people's health. Nutrition and water are the most important of these. No one can withstand more than 3 days without water. You need to produce solutions against many variables such as the seasons, heavy work conditions, epidemics, insufficient supply, and harmful external events. So if we come over here to the Overview and Reports tab, Life. So this is the Health tab. So currently our overall health is negative 15. Workforce condition is currently at a -5. Clothing distribution rate -4. Housing is -8. Access to medicine, access to health services, and the season. So we are doing okay on food quality, food distribution rate, and water distribution rates. You can see we've got plenty of food and plenty of water, and there's nobody thirsty. So we're doing good there. Probably our next task is going to be housing, which we've started the research for. So as soon as we complete the research, we'll go ahead and start to build some housing, which will immediately have a positive effect on morale. We're finally secure in our self-sufficiency, having left our temporary campsites behind for good. For now, you must devise production plans according to the needs of your people and of the settlement. You can set your course by exploring the further developments. Remember, we may have no time. We know what to expect, but we can't be sure when or how. Hint, in time, you may be able to produce higher grade goods like clothing, drinks, and paper. Before then, you have to train craftsmen to take part in these production projects. You can start by training your people by researching and building a technical boot camp. Okay, so we have completed the tutorial. I think we need to make another lumber mill. Put that down. Get that started. And in part because we're going to need lumber to build the housing soon. That up. Okay. Okay, we are almost done. We have about 1 hour of research left. So we have 782 community knowledge. We have researched the shack. So now we have the ability to build a shack. The most basic type of shelter. It can contain up to 10 people, and then it requires 15 electricity when active. So we have our first building that requires power. So this is going to be enough housing for 40 people. We'll need roads. Just going to say we can't because we don't have enough lumber because we've committed all the lumber to the housing, which is fine. Make some more lumber. We've effectively doubled our lumber rate. All right, and we'll click on new cycle. New cycle, cycle 2. Buildings and resources that are available in the new era are such things as the tavern, the forge, the smith, the windmill, meat, fish, leather, iron ingots, basic tools, and iron ore. Yay, and we just actually completed a Steam achievement for doing that. So that's cool. So we have our first shack. So we can see here we've got 10 people living in there. We have 10 people living in this one, and then we're working on constructing next 2. So they are going to say, hey, you're not connected to a road. Kind of knew that was coming. Everybody is connected. Nice. What can we work on next as far as research is concerned? So, community needs requires 1,450 knowledge. We have 930, so that's not going to work for us to get the tavern. Hunting requires establishment, which we have, and then metalworking techniques, which we don't, so we would need to come down. So this is a prerequisite, and then power grid requires 850 knowledge, but 40 lumber and 6 iron bars, so we have to get metalworking in order to do that. So metalworking is our next likely thing to unlock. So let's go ahead and start the research there. We need 47 stone, 13 wood, and then 860 total knowledge, and then it'll take 35 hours. So go ahead and start that metalworking. And that will unlock for us the forge, the smith, iron ingots, basic tools, and iron ore. And once again, my camera is blocking that. This is where you see the stats: 47 stone and then 13 lumber. Okay, winter is coming. We currently have 338 simple meals. We have 600 mushrooms. We're basically consuming all the mushrooms that we collect right now. Losing hope, an urgent matter. A message from the workers. Our unstable living standards are about to consume us. We should strive to keep a close eye on the people's morale. If we don't maintain balance, we can do nothing but watch our homes disintegrate. Do something to improve the morale within a few days. Increase worker class morale to above 40. Or there's nothing we can do right now and things will just get worse. So we'll attempt to increase the morale to 40. The issue is, how are we going to do that? So we currently have 19 morale, but we're losing -8 to workforce because we're asking everybody to work normal shifts. So we could reduce our workforce, so that'll get us to 34, but that's still not enough. We could double our water rations. So that will give us a projected morale of 15. So that'll take us to 30 plus 10. So I don't know if that's going to be enough, but we'll try it and we'll see. Yeah, we get 10 from housing, So 10, 20, 35 plus 5 for having the workforce. So that's going to be right at 40, and they want us to be above. So we're going to actually need to increase the distribution, which is going to hurt us. However, it's good for their health. So we're going to go ahead and allow that to happen. We have completed the ironworking research. Or metalworking research. So let's go ahead and we can't undo hunting because we need tools. So we're going to need to create a forge. And we're also going to need a smith at some point, which right there. And this is going to take a while to build, so we can't actually do that until we get the bars, which we're going to start doing here in a second. Winter. Wild mushrooms do not grow in winter, so mushroom gathering is halting. Lands cannot be cultivated, farms cannot produce, and minus 20 to our health. So we have people that are working these mushroom collections. So we're just going to say, nope, you're not working on that right now. Oh, we'll use the arrows to go the other one, and then that'll recover us 6 workers. But now that we also have iron, we're going to immediately assign 3 people to start collecting iron here. And did this camp have access? Yes, and so we'll repurpose all of those workers back into collecting iron. So we have successfully completed our objective. Well done, Chief. Don't hesitate to do what you need to keep morale up. The problems of the work request. So we're going to say okay to that, and then we're going to immediately go back to regular distribution of food and water. And everybody needs to work full days. And while I'm thinking about it, we should save the game. Save. Okay. Apparently, we just got another Steve achievement for having completed structures. All right, so we need to make iron. We need to do that by assigning 3 people. We still have 1 person who does not have a job. They will probably come over here and work on that building when the time comes. Wow, it's hard to see. Oh, that's okay. Very ominous sound. Okay, so requires 3 iron ore to make bars, and then we will make approximately we're currently making 2.1 iron ingots every 2 hours because we're not super efficient, which is fine. But those ingots are then immediately coming over. Oh, we've already met the requirements for this, so they should start building this building. All right. Water is coming along. Working with iron. More tools, less toil. A message from the community. Chief, since we can now process metals, you can give us the means to make tools of our own so that we can see to our daily tasks. We can work without tools too, but this will tire us physically and mentally, and more often we'll have to work without tools, the more likely we are to make mistakes and cause accidents. Not now. Your community will grit its teeth, but accidents can pose a serious threat to your stability. To avoid problems ranging from simple injuries to devastating fires and explosions, try not to distribute less basic tools than what are needed. But yeah, we'll try to meet our tool needs. So we need to craft 65 basic tools, which we're working on the building that does that. How are these? Camp, field camp. Good. Okay. What we've reached, though, now is a population problem. So we have 37 workers, 6 6 children. A small success. 20. Why do we have this? Okay. I'm not sure why we have 5 days of plus 20 morale, but we'll take it. Two children were born this year. Done building this yet? Almost. Hey, we need to make tools. Have 1 worker. What we're going to do is we're going to actually steal a worker from the 2 lumber mills so that we get at least 3 people making tools. So tools require 2 iron ingots and lumber. We will start making our tools. Our current demand for tools is not going to show up yet. Two tools per day. Okay. On low distribution. So we'll get no... once we start, we'll get 2 morale from that. But then as we work up our... The medium and the regular require the same number of tools. So that's got to be a rounding thing. Right? Because it almost feels like this should be like 3, 4 or 3, 5. Moving forward. Chief, our community center made up of a few tents does not feel very secure. We can build something with our resources and crafting capabilities that won't topple in a gust of wind. Let's assign resources and make steps to strengthen the roof over our heads. Though it may not please the eye. So apparently I've given 1 choice. The main hall structure will be put under construction. Okay. By expanding and growing the main hall, we can create new areas to develop our management abilities. Okay. Let's do it. Make it happen. How's precipitation coming? Slight drop. How is the health of our workers? Okay, we were doing real healthy when we were overfeeding them. Go figure. And then now we're okay. I mean, it's not great. Our attraction has gone positive, though. We don't have the ability to make clothing yet. Can we do any researching? Hunting. We need 22 tools. We only have 6. Can't do that because we don't have that. We can work on the power grid. So let's do that. We can start making windmills. So that will take 48 hours, 2 days. Okay, they're making bars. Oh, they pile them up. That's cool. They piled up the bars on these pallets. How are we doing over here, tool makers? Have Okay, so we're slowly upgrading the main hall. All of our workers are housed. So we can go up to 2x speed. Have nothing to gather. How are we doing on food? Oh, well, look at that. We're producing all the... Okay, so we're good. You can tell when we... So we went up. We might be able to take food to regular. But we'll evaluate that soon. Water is coming in, albeit slowly. I think maybe we need another well. We have water over here we can tap into. We do. That. Convenient. Go ahead and put in another well, get a little bit more water coming in. What about another one? Could put another well over here. Don't know that we can. Keep that in mind. Power grid has been successfully researched. Lost my cursor. All right, hunting. We have the tools now, so we could start the research for hunting. So let's do that. That'll let us get access to fish. And meat. Fish. All right, so we've lost power. Oh no, this is telling me that there's not enough mushrooms. Okay, so we burned through all of our stockpile of mushrooms. Welcome to spring. That's fine. Let's actually go down to slow speed for a second. Objective completed. So we've upgraded the main hall. Perfect. And we have met the need for basic tools. So that's good. We got plus 40 morale. We renewed 86% of our resources. That's great. And then currently we are producing no power because we're upgrading the building here. We can augment our power by building utilities. A windmill. So let us... If we put it there, we get the maximum amount of power. Let's put in a couple of windmills. That will help us have additional power. End of year. 0 people died. Yay. 2 people joined. And we had 6 births. The total population is an increase of 2. It doesn't count the children until they're adults. Renewable resources, water, mushroom, meat, and fish were replenished by 86%. Annual water balance is positive. Annual ration balance is positive. Main progress for 4 developments were completed. 19 structures have been built. And there were no significant events. Okay. So one thing we do need to do right now, so we're going to go into low power mode. We have no mushrooms coming in. So we are... consuming all of that stuff. We have lots and lots of wood. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come here and we're going to take all of these lumberjacks away. And they're going to work on... 2 of them are going to work on mushroom gathering. And we're going to put the 3rd one on fishing. And then over here, we're going to take a worker away from lumberjacking, and we're going to put that worker on mushroom gathering here, so that we can start to replenish our food. We finished upgrading the main hall. One of the things we can do at main hall is we have the ability to create certain actions. So for instance, we can have emergency work shifts, which would cost 37 tools. But essentially it causes the workers to work more. And inpatient rest leave, for 3 days, patients are allowed to rest after being hurt. But we do lose 45 workforce for all classes. We gain 20 health. But we don't need to do that at the moment. All right, mushrooms are starting to come in. So we're back to making soups. Wondering... No, I do want to start collecting. We can make fish soup. How much? I don't know how many fish we actually have. We'll switch this one over to fish soup. All right, we do not have enough, but oh wow, it makes a lot more. Huh. Okay, so let's actually take you off of mushrooms, and we'll throw 2 people at getting fish. How are we on lumber? We have quite a bit, so we're going to steal another person from each of our lumber mills. We'll say lots of fish, and let's start getting some. Nope, wrong screen. Got 8 people working in this camp. This is the one that's providing... We need the iron because we need tools, although we have a lot. I'm wondering, I think that we're going to shut down this field camp and use those folks for getting food. Quite frankly, we need food. How else to put it? Okay. Hopefully we can... We cannot research taverns yet, and we need 1,450 knowledge. We're at 1,337. That would be elite. Okay. Water is coming in. Yeah, we're coming in quite a bit of water. Okay. We are a positive income on tools. We have a positive power income, so we're making a lot more power now just by having these 2 windmills. So they're generating 200 constant power. Now we just need these children to grow up. I do not know how long it takes a child to grow up. I wonder if it tells us here. Efficiency, we talked about. Well, no, it was not. Well, as units. Although, while I'm thinking about it, if those children grow up, we don't have a place for them to live. We need to put in another housing unit. Go ahead and do that. All right, you have no fish. Okay. Back to mushroom suits. Actually, I'll have you. Even though we've got lots of fish going on, it's just not enough. Good news is we are okay, other than when we ran out of everything. Alright, up to 2x speed we go. Alright, we cannot keep up with the meat, but we're going to put one worker on cooking the meat stuff, and we're going to use those extra workers to augment probably mushrooms, to be honest. We'll take a one worker from this fish shop and we'll augment here. Oh no, we already have. Okay, we'll augment. Okay. What are we doing? Producing 42 a day. So good. I think we can go ahead and move up to... Oh, we're on regular already. We can take tools to regular. I think we're good on that. So that'll bump us our morale up a little bit. Oh, we can do the research for taverns. Let's do that. So tavern, a small, cozy, and rousy social space for workers to relieve stress. It requires the 1450 knowledge, 30 hours, 34 lumber, and 55 stone. Let's go ahead and get started on that. All right. We definitely have a positive. How's our food situation? Okay, we're still good on food. We're producing way less, but we backed off our population, so that's not a huge surprise. So we will want to start making additional food, but as long as we're keeping up, we can potentially use the... Oh, wow. I forgot I was on 2x speed. All right, tavern has been completed. Utility, tavern. A small, cozy, and rowdy space for workers to relieve stress. It consumes 55 electricity. It requires stone, lumber, and iron ingots, which we have all of those. So the tavern has an area of effect. So you'll see here that everything that's within its border will get a positive influence. So we're going to go ahead and put the tavern here right next to... right next to the lumber mill, and that will give us a benefit to all of our housing units over here. And in this case, the benefit will be, I believe, entertainment. one is living there. Don't worry. As soon as these children. We have 6. Sturdy roofs. We need better shelters. Every one of us needs proper places to live. We have food and water, but sleeping at whatever nooks we find each night doesn't help us prepare for the day's labor. We need shelters that can protect us from the unpredictable weather. Build 3 shacks. Got it. That's unfortunate. We have to do that right now, but fine. We'll have future there we go. Good news is we had all of the resources, so we just need them to get around to actually building those shacks. But hey, we have a tavern. Tavern provides entertainment services to the houses within its sphere of influence. Resources to be spent per day for 37 people. Beer. And dairy. I have no idea how that works. Freshened, the majority have access to a drink after long working hours, plus 7 morale, liquid supplement, plus 5 health. Okay, I don't know what that does. Drinks and dairy. Actually, somewhat annoying that we have to drop all those houses in, but we'll use them eventually. But all of these houses here will have access to the tavern. Hey, 2 of our children finally grew up. Look at that. We now have 39. Oh, we also have 12 children now. Holy smokes. Objective completed. Though it was hard, we excelled. It's a happy day for our house as we slowly leaving uncertainty behind. People are encouraged by success. If we can keep on like this, we may meet positive outcomes beyond what we expected. Okay. A scout from another land. A message from the strangers. Greetings, chef. Or chef. I've been playing entirely too much Played Up. Greetings, chief. We are representatives from a small community. Our expeditions lead us to your settlement, and we are delighted to see such an advanced community here. We would like to barter with you and turn this acquaintance into a trade partnership. In these challenging times, every link between those who have goods and who have goods to spare is a boon. What do you say? We will be happy to. The other party will send a trade representative. We can't make such an arrangement right now. Well, I'm all about trading, so let's go. Send me a trade representative. Don't know when that's going to happen, but we'll take it. All right, so we have 2 additional workers. One needs to go here to make food. The good news is we are generating a fair amount of food, so that's good. We'll hopefully stockpile those simple things, simple meat. So we do have 1 additional person. I'm thinking we're going to throw that person at hunting. This building's got 2 hunters. This building has 3 hunters. You have all the gatherers. 105 resources. Okay, you get it. You get them because you have more. So one of our upcoming buildings is, I think, going to be clothing, because clothing is an item that our people need. I'm not sure where that's going to come in here. So we are not yet to cycle 3. We've done all the research we can do here. So cycle 3. Nope, that's not how you get to it. Hold on. Slow this down for a second while I figure out where you get to. There's statistics. Annual report. Food summary. Yay, charts and graphs. I love charts and graphs. Overview and... No. Okay, I know there's a place that tells us. Knowledge? No. What is it? 1 second. We'll find it. Ah, it's the main hall. Oh, we probably should name our camp. What should we name our camp? Seaside. How about Seaside? Because we're Seaside. Why not? Our morale is not great, but not horrible. Our health is okay-ish. We're positive. Hey, we've reached positive health. That's good. Oh, it's because of the season. It's springtime, so of course we had bad health in the wintertime. And then attraction. I don't know what workforce condition is, but apparently that's a detractor. And healthcare, not having healthcare, but that's not something we have access to. So cycle 3 requires us to have 2,200 base knowledge and 50 population. So that is our next goal, is to get to 50 population and then 2,200 knowledge. And then that will unlock things like vegetables, herbs, copper, coal, clay, brick, paper, clothing, and then Kale Yard, which is a food production facility, a mine, a kiln for making bricks, I assume, a pit for getting stone, clay, and sand, Scouts Guild, technical boot camp. This is where we train people to the next level, which is specialists, and then a tailor who can make clothing. So that is our goal, is to grow our population. Good news is we have 39, we have 12 children, so that puts us at the when those children grow up, we will reach that population. How is our morale? 37. That's good, right? What does that look like from a efficiency perspective? Efficiency. So we need to get to 41 morale to get everybody to start working harder. So we're at 50%. Okay, that's what this number here means. This is the workforce number, our efficiency number. So we need to get to between 41 and 65 to get regular morale. We're close. I think we increase our, if we increase our water, that'll get us to 40. We have plenty of water, so that's not a problem. And we'll do extra tools. So that should take us into the next efficiency level. And I'll take that. A group of travelers have appeared near our settlement. You look at that. How many tools per day? 3 every 2 hours. Okay, so we've got... Okay. But this group of people is going to want to talk to us in a very... You got like straggler? It's this random tree that's been down since we established our colony. I wonder, so this is either people that want to join us, or it is the traveling merchant. Although this...
Our children will live in a better world.
Okay. All right, a group of travelers. The more our settlement grows, the more attention we get. This group of wanderers less fortunate than ourselves. Okay, so we've got 3 workers who wish to join us. And we have the food. Hey, Barry Allen, morale. Hello, travelers. Come join this prosperous settlement. Killed them. They just walked right through the tree. That is not normal. How's it going, sir? I think we will accept 3 additional workers. I didn't mean to pause. And I paused again. Move back to regular speed. So where can we put 3 workers right now? Let's get more hunting done. Okay. And then let's get more. How are we doing on iron ore? We'll put 1 on iron ore duty. Oh, and a child grew up. Okay, cool. We're up to 42 workers now. The sound of stability. We rapidly evolved from a small camp into a proper village. People are the cornerstone of fast-growing, stable community like ours. Their needs and their well-being should be prioritized above all else. Let's try to raise the morale of the workers above a certain threshold. No, this one does not have the wolves. That one is Farthest Frontier. So this is New Cycle. It came out yesterday, and this is the post-apocalyptic. So the story behind this camp here is there was a solar flare that wiped out humanity, and we're rebuilding it. So the nice thing about this one is Farthest Frontier is like, oh, you're going to learn how to hunt animals, and you're going to do this. We are doing the same thing here, but the idea is that the solar flare happened, humanity as we know it fell apart, and then we're starting to piece it back together. There was nuclear war, there was fighting, and there was all that other stuff. So we're relearning how to do things, so that's what we're kind of researching and everything. So right now, we're getting ready to move into Cycle 3, which, they call it Cycle 3, to be able to research everything else. So we're working on getting knowledge and population in order for us to move on to the next cycle. In a lot of ways, you can think of it like an era, like in Civilization 6, where you have an era before you can move on. You have to accomplish certain things. We need to improve our morale over a certain threshold. It's not telling us what the morale is. So if I click understood, it is single player. It's $27, I think, right now, and it's early access though. So I looked at it, and it's got a lot of people that are frustrated that it's not fully developed, and there's a lot of people that love it. The graphics are absolutely gorgeous. I'm enjoying that very much. I have seen some of the game. I watched Catherine of Sky play like 3 episodes on this, and I was intrigued. I'm moving slower than she did, though. So when if we click understood here, we're going to get an obligation to meet a morale level. We don't know what that morale is. And then we could just say no, or we could say no. We have a lot of food. We have a lot of water. So I'm going to click understood, knowing that I can increase rations long enough to hopefully meet this morale request. And then we can back off of it afterwards. So 70. That was a mistake. So lesson learned. 70. All right, so if we double our food, that'll give us 10. Add double the water, that'll give us another 5. So that's 15. We can double the tools, so that's going to be 10. So that's 20, 30, 35, 45, 55. And that would give us 5 more. I don't think we're going to get there. It doesn't say when we have to get there, though. So we're going to go ahead and go back to... This is just going to be one of those... 22, 30, 40, 50... Okay. Yeah, we're gonna sit on that for now. We can't meet this objective. Okay. How many children do we have? 12. Well, I can say that our people like to make children. This building has been inactive too long. Reactivating buildings after a long period of activity slightly reduces their efficiency. Okay. Well, this is the problem with us building a whole lot of extra buildings. All right. How are we on gathering stuff? You guys are fully staffed. You're fully staffed. Okay. We're not fully staffed on that. We do have our logs. We are still... Okay, so we are going to run into a log problem. So we probably need to... sorry, bud. You need to go to logging. Take you off of iron mining and take you into logging. All right, back up to 2x speed. We're still great on... You know, what we could do is we're doing really good on lumber. So let's steal... Let's actually go down to 1 lumber mill. And that will give us 1 additional person, which we can assign to this lumber camp. Although we are starting to get low on lumber here, so we need to keep that in mind. At some point, we're going to need to build another lumber camp. Okay, we're doing good on food. But we are going to hit the limit on water soon. I think we've got water set to store 5,000, so we're at 4,700. I am okay with that. However, I do want to store additional leather. Yeah, I know, there's nobody here. Oh, you know what? This is going to get that penalty, so what we should do is just employ 1 person. It's this weird building reduced efficiency thing. Affect everybody? Oh. 70 morale. We're at 42. How much water are we generating? 258 a day. How much stone do we have left? 1,000. Generating. Good. Okay, we've got our wool log production up to a more comfortable level. We are coming into autumn. All right, we've hit our water storage threshold. We've almost hit the knowledge requirement, but we have not hit the population requirement to get into cycle. A merchant has arrived. Hey, merchant. In trading, assets that are offered in excess will have less value. A foreigner who wants to trade his produce on behalf of a small community. All right, what do we got? They want tools. They have leather, meat, and fish. Uh, hmm. I have 10 tools that I can offer you. What do I want? You'll give me... I'm not sure on this interface here. Sure. We're gonna... I'm guessing that it's gonna be some morale evaluation here, but let's confirm that trade. Okay, we have traded. Assets that are offered in excess will have less value. And he just walks right through one of my buildings like it's not even there. What is this? Storm. Oh, we're in a rainstorm, so things are crazy. Right now we are in a drought. Hopefully we have a good winter. How much? How are we doing on mushroom? 1,100. Okay, we're doing good there. Oh, we've gathered all the mushrooms over here, so we're going to recoup those 3 workers. And we can assign them to... log and iron. You know what? Help make... There we go. Never have enough tools. I want 8 more people so we can go ahead and move to the next phase. I'm not sure if I like the day-night cycle. I can set it to whatever time we want. But I think we started here. A lot easier to see, because at night, it's pretty dark. Wait, it sets a mood. That's the tavern. How are we on power? Oh, we're fine. Interesting. What do we do to get our population? Well, we've got good. We have regular attraction. I don't know what workforce condition is. I wonder if that's in. I wonder if there's a. Workforce condition. Higher your settlement's attraction. Yeah. Good housing, disaster free, or disease free, or high flood, food and water distribution. Okay, that doesn't answer my question. Production, camera and movement, gather cam. People. Yeah, we took it that. Look at that. Maybe it's the health? Oh, hey, it's winter time. Guess what? We just lost a whole bunch of health. Okay. No. Oh, you know, we should start making fish. I bet you we have a bunch of fish. Let's look. Statistics. Yeah, we have 680 fish. Should make another soup kitchen. And that soup kitchen will make fish. Fish soup. Wait for that to get built. Life and regulation. We need rules. Chief, our transition to settled life will bring with it dozens of issues that need to be resolved. Rules and regulations will needed to keep everything in order and running smoothly. As our leader, it will be up to you to make the final decision. We hope you can weigh the demands well and choose wisely. You can be sure that we will support you as much as we can. Well, yeah, okay. When you choose difficult paths, however, all the decisions you make will shape our community one step at a time. Always remember the burden you bear. I'll do my best. We almost have our daily lives in order. We have some secure housing, food to eat, and duties to fulfill. We've come to believe that we're now entitled to some freedoms. We'll continue to comply with the assigned work schedules and perform our duties. However, anyone who doesn't want to get up in the morning and go to work should be able to buy some extra rest by selling his share of food or some other supply. You should allow us to barter amongst ourselves. Surely you can give us this much. People can exchange rations amongst themselves as they wish. New regulation, barter rights. Permanent effects. +8 morale to all classes, but we lose 5 workforce. No, everything should be regulated and under control. We're currently under an objective to improve morale, so I'm going to go ahead and let this happen. This may be a mistake. That's okay. All are free to trade what is rightfully theirs. Now, is that something that we can change? Is that like a action? No. Very. Okay. Would that be enough to get us to 7? What's our current? 42. There's that -8. Oh, it's just because of the... Remind me what... Structures. Don't have access to these things yet. Well, there's trains. I don't know if you're still watching Barry Allen, but there's trains in this game. Fractions in life. No. People. Okay. Just look at this. Conveyor belts, train. Cool. Okay, that's weird. I swear we just looked. All right, well. So right now we have 58 minus 8 for barter. Essentially 42. That's 20, 30, 40, 50. So we're going to be at 50 when we next update. We could double that, so that's another 10. So that would be 60. That would give us 3, so that's 63, and this would give us 2, so 65. So we still can't get because it wants above 70. And even if we reduce our workforce to half, that would just be at 70. So yeah, we're not there. Come on, let's build the soup kitchen. Oh yeah, we can also. Yep, you can't work right now because it's winter time, so for you to gather. Perfect. So that gives us 3 extra workers. Where do we put them? Could put one more worker in here. That puts 3 there. We can use the other worker for making fish. Soup. How are we doing on storage? 2,600. Go 3,000. Why are you saying you're not connected? Thought I did. Oh, I guess I didn't do that. Oopsies. All right, now it's connected to it. Oh. More food is coming in. Given that, we can go ahead and increase our food distribution. We're just going to go to extra for an extra 5. Favorable conditions. That's good. Next year, all of our stuff should renew. Okay, that's full of workers. Not that I have a worker to give you, but we could use food there. I'll be honest with you. Take a, oh, we've already got. Take a worker. Okay. Let's save real quick. Haven't saved in a while. Quick. How many children? 12. Still 12. Need these children to grow up. 2x. Actually, let's go crazy. 3x speed. Get through winter. Our storage is almost full. All right, time to make another storage. All right. Not producing any mushrooms. No. So, producing so much lumber. Steal a lumber person. Almost spring. So we're going to go ahead and assign a one gatherer. We'll need to find more, but this way when spring starts, we'll immediately start gathering mushrooms. Alright, spring has started. 0 people died from disease. 3 new people joined us from the outside, and we had 8 births. In the wake of recent events, we had a total population increase of 5. Everything's refreshing by 96%. Nice. We're at a positive water and a positive rations, of course. We made 2 new developments and 9 new structures. Perfect. No significant event. All right, so this is where I need to think about how am I going to get... Oh, we have 4 more people. Perfect. Okay, I was about to say, I don't know where we're going to get people to do mushroom gathering, but... How are we doing over here? Better. Okay, we have no more people, but now we're collecting mushrooms again. We have built a second stockpile. Perfect. All right, we're at 46. We need 4 more party folks. 11 children. Don't know what that icon is. That one is the refreshment icon. What is this? Our health is low. Why are we at minus? Clothing is something. Access to medicine. Oh, because we're still on minus 20 for the season. Hasn't kicked into spring yet, so we'll get that 20 health back here very soon. All right. As far as I know, from a statistics perspective, we are... doing really good on food. Population is growing. Just doubled our storage. We do that. And we're using electricity. These spikes are when it's raining, because windmill production is increased during the rain. We just need people to grow up or travelers to come decide they want to be part of our party.
Finally, began to see the light at the end of the tunnel.
What are you doing way over there?
Sing beats drinking beer after a busy day.
I have no idea why you guys are so far away from your jobs. But okay, you do you. we've really reached a lull in what we can do right now because we can't get to the next cycle. I like what they do here for if you overbuild. Buildings that remain inactive for too long can cause accidents, fires, or pest infestation. I mean, it's unfortunate we had to overbuild because it didn't give us credit for these, but that is a bug that they've acknowledged. So. All right, well, while the colony is running, let's go see what's over here. How are we on stone? 2,800. Still okay. Unending preparation. Chief, we need proper preparation to sustain our life here. One of the most important lessons from the last 50 years has been that we can't rely on the seasons to behave as we expect. The fickle atmosphere can breed hellish heat waves and freezing colds in any geography. This state is only worsened with time. It would be foolish to expect it to get better from here. We need to stock up on our essential needs, at the very least on food and water. This will help us to cope with extreme seasonal cycles as well as whatever else pushes us to desperation. Although we can't be ready for everything, we can at least try to secure our current well-being. Stock 5,000 water and 1,200 simple meals. You got it. No problem. Done. Ah, we have hit our population. We just had a bunch of children grow up, didn't we? We sure did. Okay. Welcome to Cycle 3. In Cycle 3, we get access to Kale Yard, Basic Mine, Kiln, Pilt, Scouts Guild, Technical Bootcamp, Tailor, Veggies, Herbs, Copper Ore, Coal, Clay, Brick, Paper, and Clothing. So, we're going to drop down to the slowest speed while we look at the development tree. So we now have access to these items in Cycle. Vocational training. This lets us create craftsmen. And specialists. We have cultivation, which requires vocational training. We have surveillance. Earth is not dead yet. The area around us may hold gifts of the old world. New gains, mysteries, and people potential risk wait us. Unlocks the Scout Guild building. So this allows us to go out and scout. However, we need paper in order to make that, and we don't have that. So we would have to do vocational training. It's looking like vocational training wants to be what we need to do. Building statistics, or building statics, sorry. Our fundamentals need to be sound if we're to shape our living environment. Kiln, Pilt, Pit, where stone, clay, and clay are turned into brick and glass. The pit is an excavation where stone, clay, and sand are dug up. Then clay and bricks become available to us. We need power grid and metalworking. So, interesting. Mine surveying requires building statics, and weaving requires building statics. So one of the complaints I saw with this is that it's a little weird how they intermingle everything here. But essentially, we want to get into growing our own food. In order to do that, we need vocational training. We also want to get into making clay and everything, but I think right now our play is going to be getting food, so we're going to need to go into vocational training. So let's start that research right now. And then once we have the vocational training, you're fully staffed. You're fully staffed. You're fully staffed. Okay. Looks like we're okay on food. We're producing 78 and consuming 76. Okay, so we need more food production people. Make more soup. Oh, we've reached our capacity on storage. We'll store 4,000. All right. That leaves us with 2 workers. We're making all sorts of. You know, we'll throw one in there, and then we'll throw one into the lumber mill. For now, someplace to park them. How did we get to 90 work? Oh, we hit the morale. How did we hit the morale? From this? Oh yeah. Okay. Nice. Keeping morale at these levels will benefit the community. Increase worker class. Okay. Not intentionally, but we'll take it. Oh. Okay, that building is active. That building is active. Those 2 are not. Public health. Foreboding whispers. Chief, we're in no place to make excessive demands, but it's a fundamental issue. Community health is deteriorating to the point where you'll start losing many of our fellows soon. Lack of care, malnutrition, hygiene problems in the harsh seasons. Let us not have to remind you of the factors at play. Working long shifts in scorching hot weather, dehydration, and weather affects us all the more. Go on. Likewise, working in the cold weather with proper clothing is also hazardous. We force tired and unequipped people in such long shifts. We should expect the number of fatal accidents to increase. Ultimately, our success in what we do depends on our health and the resilience of society. Take the right steps to achieve at least regular health and try to maintain it for 30 days. Okay, see what we can do. Increase worker class health above 40. Nope, that's not. No, 1 second, please. Game. Here. Right now, our health is at 0. All right. So, worker class. Don't know what that icon is. Really don't. Oh, there. Yeah, our health right now is at 0. So we need clothing. We need medication. Request for betterment. Chief, our portions are not filling enough. Our foundations are strong enough for us to call ourselves a permanent settlement. We realize it's too early to wish for prosperity yet, since we don't know everything will fall apart any moment. However, we think that sparing one more ladle of food and the people can't break the balance. For all ration shares, we demand a slight increase in the portion size. A new regulation increased portion sizes. Permanent effect. Ration sizes per capita increase 30% for each distribution level. If I say no, people will resort to underhanded methods to get what they want, or such a slight change should come easily. We have a ton of food, so we're going to go ahead and do that. So what does that mean here? switch back to regular rations for the moment. We'll keep water high. Though we're not at 5,000 water right now, so we need to take a look at that. Water input, water output. We need another well. That's the question. 3,000, 8,000. So those wells are okay. Bird is stuck. Probably not a bad idea for us to put another well in. Looks like we can tap into 3 water sources here. Go ahead and do that just so we can start having additional water coming in. Although we're almost at storage, this is just a preparation. Sure. Well, I'm not going to build a road to it right now, so it'll be a super inefficient well for the time being, but that's okay. A group of travelers has appeared near our settlement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, 6. Okay, so we've got a group of 6 that are going to probably act. We've reached a good standard of healthcare. Improving our health further can make people more resilient. I didn't know that we did that. Raise it over 40. But it's... I don't understand. Because our health is 0. Don't understand. It's okay. We're in a storm, everybody. I do think, though, after this group of travelers come in, we may call it an evening. Okay, our other well is now up and running. Yes, I know there's no road view, but it's okay. I do think we probably should go 7. 26 hours still on vocational training, and then we're going to move into what makes the tailor. It's the scout. Building static. Guess we go to that next. Although cultivation is something we probably should think about. Wait, what did that require? Paper. Okay, so we can... That will come from the one. Which will require a specialist, so we have to build the vocation. All right. Whoa! Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, you destroyed my fish soup kitchen. Why you be like? All right, we're gonna replace the fish soup. Where's that group of travelers? Oh, the more our settlement grows, the more attention we'll get from passersby, the more people will be willing to join us. This group of wanderers, 8 workers. Yes. We're about to expand into a whole bunch of stuff. You need to make fish stew. Okay. An aid for our memory. We've grown fast, Chief. Knowledge will gain more and more importance as we keep growing. As a community, we need ways to produce and share knowledge more effectively. Our first step in the effort should be to start producing paper. Yes. That was our plan. So this lumber mill over here. Start making paper. Put that person there. So I still have 3 unassigned people. Got 3 making ingots, although it looks like we're doing good there. We can have 1. No, we already put 5 there. Okay. Oh, finished researching our vocational training. So let's do building statics. All right. Also probably should build another couple of buildings. I think we're going to start building a lot of buildings that have So we had a negative debuff because of the lightning strike, but that appears to have worn off. I didn't get a chance to mouse over it to see what it was exactly. Alright, we are making paper. We also need to make technical boot camp. So we will put it there. A merchant has start trading. You want meat and paper. You have bronze ingots. I don't have bronze, so I'm definitely interested in need more bronze. I'm gonna guess we need, let's say, 20 bronze. I want 20 bronze. So I'm going to give you a fair bit of paper. And you really want... Let's do... Message from the Chief. If we want to build a future in this nameless land and make it last, we need people more than anything else. Let's set an aim to increase our population to 100 within the next 4 years. The sooner we achieve this, the sooner we become self-sufficient. I will decide how and when we expand. Our goal is set. You know, let's go. Grow to 100 people. That's fine. All right. Paper. Need paper. Paper. Need clay. So. Hit. Can't build. Why can't we? What's this name? Storm. All right, we're gonna put this pit just like up here somewhere. Put it over here near the this well. Probably means we need a road. Let's go ahead and bite the bullet and connect this place up. Made into our stone supply. Quite honestly, we could probably put a field camp over here for stone. Wood. Oh, didn't mean to click there, but you know what? It's all right. We have no workers. I want you to start mining. All right. You're gonna want me to start. I don't know that we're ready for crafting. However, I'm going to take a worker from here. We're going to take a worker from here. We're going to take a worker from here. I'm setting you all to labor. Good. Oh, our iron is. We're going to take 3 of you. Stone. Oh, winter has arrived. Objective complete. Paper is. Got it. Which paper do we have? 1100. Okay, we can do our next research. Is going to be clothing. Also can take the people off of mushrooms right now. That gives us 6 more people. So we can put 4 in there. And that leaves us with 2 people. Let's go ahead and increase our cooking. You're already making the maximum. You're making the maximum. There's that. We may need another soup kitchen. You know, actually, we're gonna leave. We're gonna go ahead and put paper at full capacity. Eat yourself. All right. Do we have housing for all these folks? Yep, not that one. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. No, I think here. Why do we have people living?
House, sweet house.
Works at the field, yeah. Don't know what that icon is. All right, how are we? Okay, got more than enough tools. That's fine. Oh, apparently we're full on leather. Go ahead and increase leather storage. We're full on our food storage. Increase that to 5,000. I guess we can increase the iron storage. Okay. Craft and dedication. Yes, you want me to create. Chief, we've accumulated a massive pool of know-how, but it remains largely undirected and unrealized. We need to train individuals with more advanced knowledge and practical experience in certain fields. These people will take on specialized tasks rather than odd jobs. We'll put them in charge of buildings where they can put their expertise to use. As a natural consequence of that, their needs will differ from the rest. We should begin training craftsmen as soon as we can. We need to set some standards, such as separating various fields of work and establishing necessary qualifications. We'll start planning the training roadmap as soon as you announce a new regulation. The New World calls for a new training system. Craftsmen being trained with less time and resources will lead to poor quality production, more accidents, and faster wear and tear on tools. Permanent effect: accelerate craftsman training. Craftsman training times and resource requirements halved. Worker to craftsman training success rate increased. 1.8 times more power tool consumption for craftsman class. -9 efficiency for the craftsman class. An increased chance of work accidents. Or our future will be built by competent hands. Craftsmen will be given more time and rigorous training. Extra time will be allocated if necessary. They will work more slowly but safely. +6 efficiency for the craftsman class. Reduced probability of work accidents. -8 workforce for the craftsman class. Craftsman's training time and resource requirements are doubled. Worker to craftsman training time success rate is decreased. Not exit out of this one. So I am going to go with build a technical. Really? I don't need 2 of these. What a waste of resources. Well. Oh, we got it back. Some of it. build it again. How many children do we have? 13. Is clay coming? Stone. Good. Development completed. Tailor and clothing. Yay! We can make clothing that will help our morale. Let's work on cultivation. So, if I'm not mistaken, the tailor requires a specialist. And we need bricks. So, in order to make bricks, we need a kiln. Okay. Start building that. We got storage. Getting there. Storage is getting full. Objective fully complete. Several generations before our time, independent individuals have been organized and stable enough to devote their lives to developing practical expertise in a subject. This was unimaginable in such a world until now. We've shown enough patience and resilience to make it possible. Craftsmen will shape our community with their skills and expertise and help us more confidently into the unknown. They can make special contributions that exceed our former expectations, especially when their needs are satisfied. Okay. So, we're going to take 2 people out of the mines. And we're going to train them. Not enough paper. Oh. We're going to train 1. Oh, wow, that was fast. Kale yard, vegetable, and herbs are now available to us. Actually, back 2 of you out of mine. 2 of you are going to start making bricks. And need to make a tailor. Requires bricks. That's fine. Tailor can go. Tailor. Actually build road. Nice. I know. Can't be built because you don't have the They're making. Go ahead and take me to 5 people. Here. water. Coming up to spring, which means we're going to need to shift some folks around again. Get our craftsman. Oh, wait. We did. First craftsman. Okay. One craftsman. Regular distribution of food. Extra distribution of water. Apparently you don't get food yet. Okay. You'll have housing soon enough. Payment soon enough. As soon as we have that, you will start making clothing for us. We just got an achievement for not having anyone die for 3 years. Year 3 is here. Oh, is over. 0 people died. 8 people joined us. We had 13 births, a total population increase of 20. All of our renewable resources will reset by 87%. Still good on wood, water, and rations. The number of destruction accidents was 1, and no people perished. So that would be the lightning strike that caused us all sorts of grief. However, with that, we are going to call it an evening. And we are going to raid my friend, Canadian Mountie, who is currently playing one of my favorite games, Timberborn. So please say hello to Canadian when we get over there. So I can find. There it is. Thank you very much for watching me. I apologize for the mistake that I made where I didn't speak or was muted for the first 45 minutes. YouTube, if you made it this far, you will not see those first 45 minutes. Anyways, we are having a good time. So we'll go ahead and say hi to Canadian Mountie. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. And I will catch you all probably on Monday. No, correction. We'll be streaming D&D tomorrow. So tomorrow, Saturday, D&D will be streamed with my friends. Otherwise, for as far as games are concerned, we'll be back probably on Monday. We'll see. Take care.